Hello, boys and girls. So I'm here to do another science experiment with you today, and I'm really excited about this experiment. It is a lot of fun, and it is extremely simple. It only requires a couple of materials, and it's a really fast experiment, a really quick one. So it doesn't take long, which means it's perfect for you to kind of take a little bit of time and, mess around with this a little bit, experiment with it, and see what you can come up with. As always, please make sure that you ask your parents before you use any of the materials that are in this video. And what we're going to be doing with these materials today is we're going to be making basically the effect of a lava lamp. Now, it is obviously not an exact lava lamp that plugs into the wall and gets warm. However, it is going to look a lot like a lava lamp, and I think that you'll be able to come up with a lot of really exciting, fun things as you continue to experiment more with it. So here's what you're going to need. You're going to need a glass of water filled about 3/4 of the way. It doesn't need to be perfect, but you can see it's filled about 3/4 of the way. You're going to need a 1/4 cup of vegetable oil. You're going to need food coloring. Now, I chose red just because lava, but you can choose any color you want, and you could also mix. You could mix it if you wanted to, mix a couple of colors. You're going to need salt, and you're going to need a teaspoon. So what you're going to do first, and you could also use a spoon to mix. I guess you don't necessarily need it. However, it's a little bit easier. So what you're going to do first is you are going to put about 4 or 5 drops of food coloring into the water. Once again, doesn't need to be perfect, but 4 or 5 drops. So now my water is nice and red looking. Kind of looks orange on the screen, but I promise it's red. So then what you're going to do is you're going to pour the vegetable oil right on top of the water. So that already looks pretty cool, right? And you can see all the oil gathered up here. That is because the vegetable oil is lighter than water, so it automatically rises to the top. So already pretty cool. However, it's about to get a lot cooler. So I'm going to put this down a little bit so you can see the whole glass. So what you're going to do is you're going to fill a teaspoon of salt. Sorry, I'm trying to not have it explode on me. All right. And what you're going to do is you're going to start to sprinkle it on the top. And now just watch. So you can see. Just keep waiting. It's going. So if you see it, oh, there it is. So it goes back up, and then some will go back down, and it just kind of keeps going. So it will continue. There's another bubble forming right now. So just wait. Here it comes. Can you see it? There it goes. So, it will continue to do that for a while, probably while I'm still talking, so you might be able to see more. And it will also depend if you do it slowly in comparison to fast. So I kind of just dumped it on, but you can also try sprinkling it a little bit slower. There you go. That's pretty cool too. Sorry if you hear my husband, Mr. Fazek, in the background. He's playing video games. So once again, it kind of looks a little bit different when you did it slower versus faster. So the reason for this, the reason that it causes the lava lamp effect is because, as I said before, the oil is lighter than water, so the oil stays up top. Well, the salt is actually heavier than the oil. So when I put the salt on, it pours the oil down. But then as the salt dissolves into the water, it releases the oil back up, which is why you see the blobs of oil kind of popping up every now and then. So there's another blob of oil popping back up to the top. So as always, this is not necessarily an experiment. This is more of a demonstration. I'm showing you what we know. So here are some questions for you, some things that you can do to extend this activity. What if you added a lot more salt? Like, what if you just kept adding salt to this? Do you think that it would continue to work? Because you can see the oil looks a little bit different than it did before. Before it was all bubbly, now it's kind of just a nice smooth layer. Oh, there's another bubble coming. There he goes. So what if you kept adding salt? Like if you just kept pouring it in there? And what if you had a different size glass? So what if you had like a smaller glass, or maybe a wider glass, or maybe like a tapered glass? So what about like the different shapes and sizes that you could do for the glass? And another question could be, what if you put another material instead of salt? Like what if you tried sugar or sand or glitter? What if you tried something like that? Maybe if you tried putting a teaspoon of that in there, it would be a little bit different. And what if you tried a different kind of oil? So what if you tried olive oil or coconut oil or a different kind of oil? What if you tried that? So those are my extension challenges for you. So you can definitely try doing it this way, and you can experiment with it and make your own little lava lamp. I mean, it's probably going to continue going for a while. You can see all the little bubbles going up. The little pieces of oil, there's still quite a bit of salt down there, so it's probably going to continue. You could also determine how long it ends up lasting. And, you could even try like stirring the salt around and seeing if that does something. There's a lot you can do with this. It's a really simple, really easy experiment to do. So that is our lava experiment, our lava lamp experiment. I hope that you enjoyed watching it, and I cannot wait to see some of your extensions. Some of you sent things about the last couple of experiments that we've done, and it was awesome to see what you did with them and the hypotheses that you made. For example, like the penny and vinegar, some of you sent that to me, and you measured like how long you would keep the penny in the vinegar. Some of you measured how much vinegar to water ratio. You did a lot with it, and I was really impressed. So I am really excited to see what you do with this and how you make your lava. And I am really excited. So you can definitely send me a remind message. Your parents can send me a remind message through email. Some of you sent it through email. You can do videos on Flipgrid like we did before. You can also just comment on the Google Classroom link. But I am really excited to see your experiments and hear your hypotheses. All right, this is science for today. Have a great day, third grade. Bye.